All right, let's dive into one of the most chilling books ever written, George Orwell's 1984. You know, it was published way back in 1949, but its vision of the future, it's disturbingly relevant today. So let's unpack why this story still sends shivers down our spines.
Okay, let's start with a little thought experiment. Just imagine for a second, a world where literally every single move you make is being watched.
Not just that, but every word you speak is being monitored. Every conversation, every whisper, the whole idea of privacy, yeah, that's just a distant memory from a long-lost time.
And now, let's take it one step further. What if even your thoughts were illegal? I mean, just doubting the official story could get you killed. Sound like a crazy sci-fi plot? Nope. This is the terrifying world we're about to step into. This is the reality of 1984.
So let's get into it. Section 1, Big Brother is watching. The story throws us right into this bleak, totalitarian superstate called Oceania. And the ones in charge? A single, all-powerful entity known simply as the Party.
You can't escape this slogan. Seriously, it's everywhere. Plastered on posters, stamped on coins, and blaring from the telescreens in every single home. It's this constant, oppressive reminder that the mysterious leader, Big Brother, sees everything. There is absolutely no escape from his gaze.
And the party's control? It's absolute. I mean, they don't just mess with the news or history books, they control reality itself. And get this, even thinking a rebellious thought is the worst crime you can commit. It's called thought crime. And yeah, it's punishable by death.
All right, Section 2. A secret rebellion begins. So who's our guide through this nightmare world? A guy named Winston Smith. On the surface, he's just some low-ranking party member, another cog in the machine. But inside, he's hiding a very, very dangerous secret.
And Winston's job? Wow, it perfectly shows you how the party operates. He works at a place ironically called the Ministry of Truth, and his entire job is to rewrite history. So if the party decides to change a fact, say that 2 + 2 = 5, it's Winston's job to go back, find all the old records that say otherwise, and literally erase them. He creates a new truth to make sure the party is always right.
So even though Winston's day job is literally manipulating the truth, here's the secret. He secretly hates the party, despises it. He dreams of a world with real freedom, real truth. And that hatred, that secret dream, well, that makes him a thought criminal, doesn't it?
His rebellion isn't just in his head, though. It becomes real when he starts a forbidden love affair with a woman named Julia. You have to understand, in a world that demands total, absolute loyalty to the state, just the simple act of loving another person, that's a huge act of political defiance. It's rebellion.
Okay, Section 3, the party's final victory. So, Winston and Julia, they're clinging to this hope that they're not alone, that there's some kind of organized resistance out there, a brotherhood. But let's be real. In a world of total surveillance, can anything really stay secret for long? What do you think?
Well, the answer is a hard no. Of course not. Their little hideaway is discovered and boom, they're arrested by the dreaded thought police. Just like that, their brief moment of freedom is over.
And then you get the ultimate gut punch, the betrayal. Remember that high-ranking party member, O'Brien? The one Winston looked up to? The one he trusted and believed was a secret ally? Turns out he was a loyal party agent the whole time, just luring Winston into a trap. Unbelievable.
So Winston gets dragged to the Ministry of Love, another one of those horribly ironic names. And it's O'Brien who tortures him. But here's the thing, it's not just to get a confession. The goal is to completely break his mind. O'Brien lays it all out. He explains that the party doesn't want power for some greater good. No, power is the goal. It's the end, not the means. The torture hits its absolute horrifying peak in a place called Room 101. Room 101 it's different for everyone. It's where you're forced to face your single greatest fear. And they use Winston's worst fear against him to make him do the one thing he swore he would never, ever do, betray Julia. And in that one moment, the last little piece of his humanity is just shattered.
After that, he's eventually let go, released back into society. But he's not the same person, not even close. The party has completely, utterly broken him.
His spirit is just gone. There's no rebellion left, no anger, no questions. The man he used to be, the one who dreamed of freedom and truth, he's been systematically erased.
wiped clean. And this is how the party achieves its final, total victory. The novel closes with this absolutely bone-chilling line. You see, the party didn't just want him to obey. They wanted his mind. They wanted his love. And in the end, they got it.
So, Section 4, The Warning of 1984. After going through all that darkness, what's the point? What are we supposed to take away from Orwell's vision?
Well, the book is this powerful deep dive into some really heavy themes. Things like total government surveillance, the manipulation of truth, psychological control, you see it all here. And each one of these things feels like a chilling echo in our own world, right? It really forces you to ask what happens when surveillance goes too far? What happens when truth becomes something you can just twist for political gain? And what happens when the individual gets completely crushed by the state?
And that, really, is the book's lasting legacy. 1984 is so much more than just a story. It's a profound, timeless warning. It makes us look around at our own world, with its constant surveillance and, let's face it, weaponized information. And it forces us to ask some really tough questions. Are we actually paying attention to these warnings? And maybe more importantly, what are we doing to protect the truth? Before our freedom becomes just another thing we read about in a history book.